Let's do it. Okay, let's go water for you.
I know you did. I liked you.
Hold on, wait. No one told me what to do. I just hopped at you.
Okay, climax. Oh, I spit. Okay.
We hear that.
Portrait. I know. I'm talented.
Let's go!
Alright y'all, so I go by the name DJ Trinit, and I'm here to give you two definitions. When submitting an MP4 file, you want to make sure it's .mp4. And when submitting an MP3 file, you want to make sure it's .mp3. Also be sure not to submit a project file when you're trying to show someone a video, and make sure that your video is under MP4 format.
Let's talk about frame sizes. HD is 720 by 1280, but full HD is 1920 by 1080. 4K, aka Ultra HD, which is 3840 by 2160.
A portrait frame has a longer height than it does a width, while a landscape frame has a longer width than it does a height. So let me show you an example of that. This is going to be landscape, and this is going to be portrait.
And with keyframe is usually within the location of your timeline from beginning to end before a transition is placed.
On a Mac, we have the Finder app, in which you can open up new documents or use new folders. To navigate this, you click Command-N to open up a new window, and then you use Command-Shift-N to open up a new folder.
The scene is at least one shot, but it can be multiple shots, edited together, usually in a single location or time period. A sequence is connected or related scenes edited together that have a unified meaning.
Landscape format connotes cinema. This more closely imitates our peripheral vision. This is the standard for shooting video. Landscape is like this, portrait is like this.
An establishing shot is a type of wide shot. It is used to establish location and give context.
So in composition, negative space would be the area that is not the subject. So anything that's behind me, like all this green, that would be my negative space.
When composing your image, always leave more space in front of the person's nose. That's nose room.
When you are applying the rule of thirds to a photograph, what you're going to do is you're going to take the four intersections of the graph and align it with the most important parts of your photo, and it creates this dynamic composition that really makes your photo flavorful.
Alright, so boom, the subject me is in the center of the frame or the video, and that is center framing.
Some of the elements of structure are, one is the body of the piece of work that you're doing. Others are the climax, is the height of the piece that you are doing.
In a story, the tension increases until it gets to a climax, and then it falls in tension. And that's a story arc.
The introduction is the early part of a piece that pretty much outlines the subject matter of whatever you're speaking about. So in essence, the introduction, it has to be attention grabbing. Make sure you grab that person's attention, whether it be a visual piece or a written piece, whatever you may do, just always make sure that it's something that sticks out at the beginning of the piece to keep the person wanting more.
A cold open is a narrative tactic used in television and film. It is the technique of jumping directly into the story before the opening credits or title sequence.
A lead is an attention grabber of a story that tells at least two of the 5 W's and the H: who, what, when, where, why, or how. An example of a lead would be LA mourns the loss of rapper Nipsey Hussle, who was fatally shot and killed this morning.
In a news report, it is important to have the 5 W's as well as the H: the who, what, when, where, why, as well as the how.
A climax is the moment of the highest tension of conflict or insight of a dramatic story.
The denouement is the final part of a story that ties all the strands together in order to reveal or explain the plot.
A tag is a story reporter's ending. This is Kayla Bailey reporting live from CNN.
Sensuous details are descriptive details that invoke the 5 senses, such as hearing, seeing, smell, taste, and touch.
A soundbite is a specific portion of an interview that is used to demonstrate the evidence of a story.
World tone, also known as room tone. This is simply a recording of the room without anyone speaking. That's an example of world tone.
Natural sound, as in nat sound, and that's the sounds that are produced in the actual location, and that's trees, city, noises, and animals.
A listicle is a piece of writing or other content presented partially or wholly in the form of a list. For example, an article titled 10 Ways to Live Your Best Life.